It's week 1 of the NFL, and coming up next, it's a cross-conference showdown. It's the Lions and the Chiefs on Thursday night primetime.
It is perhaps the best home field advantage in all of football, and certainly the loudest, as we welcome you inside Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Tonight we kick off a new NFL season with the opener for 2023, as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm Brandon Gaudin with Charles Davis. Well, Charles, our 8th opening night broadcast together, and we couldn't ask for a better place to be. Arrowhead Stadium, been a festive atmosphere all day, smell of barbecue in the air. They unfurled the Super Bowl banner just a few moments ago. It's a celebration, and they are ready to get the new year started.
What I like most, partner, was that you got them to slow the car down. We got a little taste of that barbecue, not just the smell. We are able to eat it a little bit. I like that. But, hey, let's not overlook these Lions under Dan Campbell. They're not here to enjoy the barbecue or the ceremony. They're here to win. They think they've got a good football team as well, and they think that they're going to the playoffs in Detroit.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. And the Chiefs offense now ready to go to work for the first time, led by Patrick Mahomes, the 2018 NFL Most Valuable Player.
There's nothing the league's best quarterback didn't achieve last season. Super Bowl trophy? Check. MVP award? Check. League leader in yards and touchdowns? Check. How does he top the season he had last year? I don't know. But Patrick Mahomes, he usually finds a way.
They run with the second-year man, Isaiah Pacheco. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
And that's going to be a Chiefs first down as the tackle made it about the 43-yard line.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Got his man complete over the middle. That's James. And now a pause as they tend to an injured player. And, boy, that, you got to hope this is minor. That's Patrick Mahomes, who's in some discomfort out there. And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Pacheco gets it up the gut. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. He's got his target. That's complete. But he will step out of bounds all the way down at the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up the 1st and goal.
Despite writing it down in my notes, I'd never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
1st and goal, a good chance for our first touchdown of the new season. They'll run here with Pacheco. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal. Pacheco once more. And this time he will score. Touchdown, KC. And that caps off what was really a balanced opening drive for them, Charles. They work in the rushing game and the aerial attack, and they end it with a touchdown.
Strong in so many ways, wasn't it, partner? Their ability to throw it and run it and accomplish their goal, they've got to like the way that they started this ball game.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. No run back here for Raymond. This will be a touchback. Well, the Lions offense getting ready to go to work here, and under center, a man whose career's been rejuvenated a bit as of late. And season number 8 now out of Cal, it's Jared Goff.
Rumors of Goff's demise? Greatly exaggerated, it seems. Boy, what a big year he had last year. 29 touchdowns and led the Lions to their first winning season since 2017. Under his leadership, the Lions expect to make the playoffs for the first time in a few seasons.
And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Okay, partner, a couple points of interest right here, all right? Offensively, we see that they came out throwing the football, but maybe more importantly, the blitz that came defensively, they got right after it.
And you were telling me pregame before we came on air, you think this is something we could see a lot.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because this is a unit that wants to play the game on their terms.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Goff now looks to throw.
Ross St. Brown.
And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. So the completion good for 6 yards. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. Goal.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, on 3rd down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there to pick up the first, Charles.
And you used the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery.
And he'll be tackled at the 45 following a gain of just 2. Well, this is a tough spot for these Lions on the road in Arrowhead to start the year. But it's also, you'd have to say, Charles, a showcase opportunity for them because this is a team that historically hasn't gotten a lot of big opportunities like this. And when they have gotten them, they haven't really delivered. This is a team, though, that believes that big things are out there for them. And they think that they can start to write a new history, beginning with this game right here.
On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. Waiting on it will be Richie James. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Kansas City taking the field for their 2nd drive.
And one of the things we like to hit on every year are the new rule changes. And we got a few for 2023. A lot are procedural, having to do with...
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Inside the 20. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
Isaiah Pacheco.
Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them. And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced to punt to get the ball back, and they played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and it's now 14-0. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. Here's Khalif Raymond to return.
And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team.
Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. To Montgomery to begin the drive. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. It's resulted.
And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. $14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Lions with the football here to begin the second quarter. 3rd and 8 as they've got it as we resume action. Throwing on 3rd. Goff. He's airing it out for Williams. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get on track in this one.
Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. James now to return. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over. The ball back to the Chiefs and Isaiah Pacheco. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have hurdled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here. And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. And that is incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And look at this, he's going to keep it. Oh, but he'll be stopped well short of the first down marker, and it's a turnover on downs. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool them. And this defense will take over right at midfield. Goff on first down. Caught by Montgomery. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Now it's Goff. Throw to St. Brown, complete on the left side. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down. Now it's Goff off the bootleg. He's got right on the short throw. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. The Lions on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And he is going to have the Lions first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Montgomery. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Here's a 2nd and 8. Now Montgomery, he's got it on the draw. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now Goff. That one thrown away from the pocket. And the officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. On 4th down, Goff to the sidelines, and Detroit has Riley Patterson out there for the field goal. From 28 yards out. Patterson's kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD. And it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far. Finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a lion that's shaken up. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Mahomes now on 1st down. That's complete. It's Travis Kelce. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Well, they may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down. Now Mahomes. Another pass into the reliable hands of Kelce. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. Throwing now is Mahomes. That's complete downfield to James. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. That one goes for 36 yards.
This offense is looking very comfortable here in this first half. Very relaxed, very smooth, very efficient. No wasted motions. Things are definitely going their way, and they continue to move the ball downfield.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
A run by Pacheco on 2nd down. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. Pacheco is in. Touchdown, Chiefs. So what a first half that he has had running the football. That now 3 touchdown runs.
And I would anticipate that when they get down in the red zone, he's going to get more chances as this game goes on. And I think that the guys blocking for him are going to ask for him to get more chances. They like the rhythm they've developed.
Butker now to add the extra point. And it's 21-3. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out. The Lions now taking over late in this first half. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Now Goff on first down. Completing it here, Marvin Jones. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so they can throw the football.
From the gun on third down, Goff. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 45-yard line. A good pickup, but it will come on what should be the final play in this first half. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And a little floater there is incomplete. So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night opener as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get back out to you guys in KC in just a moment. But first, let's look ahead to what should be a tremendous opening weekend for 2023. In the 1 o'clock games, one that immediately catches the eye is in our nation's capital. A big test for the Washington Commanders as they'll square off with the visiting Arizona Cardinals. In the late afternoon games, the place to be might very well be Denver, Colorado, where it'll be the Broncos taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. And finally, on the season premiere of Monday Night Football, this is going to get a bonkers rating. Bills, Jets at MetLife Stadium. We got a strong first half out of the running back Isaiah Pacheco. He's up over 100 yards rushing for the game already, and he scored 3 times as well, as they went to him early and often, and with good reason. It's a new season, so both of these coaching staffs likely making plenty of adjustments after their first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in week 1, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. And the Lions getting set to go on offense to start the third. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Going up the gut, Montgomery. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. To throw is Goff. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the third quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Here's Pacheco to begin the drive. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
Meanwhile, Mahomes throw here complete to Kelsey. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Well, a lot of credit to the play caller here. He saw the design in his mind and implemented it. A little zone stretcher here because they started the tight end on the left side of the formation and sent him on a crossing route. And this works really well when you can find that space between levels, and they were able to do so for good yardage.
A man who re-signed with the Chiefs back in May. Here's Jerick McKinnon. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd down and 5. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss. Gonna need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack for Mahomes and company. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Here's the Chiefs punter now. On presumably to punt, though he did complete a pass earlier. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10 at their own 16. He'll begin by dropping it off to Montgomery. And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. It's 2nd down. They work now on 2nd and 9. Goff now looking to throw. Throw over the middle. He finds Williams. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Goff and Williams hooking up there for a Lions first. They'll look to throw here. Over the middle, complete. It's Montgomery. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. We're back now in KC. It's the Lions trailing, but with possession of the football as we get set to bring you the fourth quarter. On first down, Goff. It's caught on the right side, Williams. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A well-executed 22-yard gain. They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And maybe a little over-pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. On first and 10, Goff. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a second and very long. Here's Goff. On the slant, he'll get it to Jones. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they had planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Incomplete. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. They go ahead and snap it. Goff. And this is caught, but they say out of bounds. It would have been a first down, but he couldn't stay in, and as a result, they're going to have to give up the football. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play.
And now the red flag out on the field. We'll have a challenge forthcoming.
Play is under review.
So that challenge not successful there, and that's going to cost him the first of his timeouts. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, giving him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Mahomes throw on target to James. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 27 yards there, a first down.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and look like turtle at this point. You just go ahead and play.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Now Mahomes throw complete to his tight end, Kelsey. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They run it with Pacheco from the gun. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, second and 2. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. It'll be a gain of 2, and speaking of 2s, it'll take us to the 2-minute warning. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They'll look to pick it up with McKinnon. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
A handoff now for Pacheco. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, it's Pacheco. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. From the end zone, Goff. Goes out left, it's caught by Williams. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 10. Here's 2nd and 3. Goff. That pass caught, it's Williams. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. Now a 1st down throw, Goff. The throw out wide going to be incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was...
And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. On the return, it's James. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. James has got it, complete. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. Mahomes going to throw it here. Has his man, that's James. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
They are certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the 4th quarter.
And this will be caught. We'll forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown. Charles, a well-drawn-up play, beautifully executed, and look at the scoreboard and where we're at in the second half. They are on their way to a 1-0 start to this season.
Exactly what every team in the league dreams of, winning your season opener, getting off to that good start, and building confidence for the rest of the season.
Well, partner, tonight was a great way to kick the season off. That before the game, probably as much pomp and circumstance to start a season as I can ever remember. And this is just game 1 of many to come sitting next to you. Really looking forward to it.